So long as Alaska remains under the boot of the federal government, I have had to stand on guard to stymie a new world order. The first dude has got enough weaponry to raise a small army buried in my basement, enough to arm the first dude brigade here in Juneau. No, it did not cost a lot of money. We got a special deal from the local National Guard Armory. My husband's special friend and one of my early mentors, a man who was like an uncle to me and the first dude, dear old Uncle Joe Vogler. Old Uncle Joe Vogler was a really funny and loving guy. Every time I went to buddy around with him and the first dude, he would always say the United States has made a colony of Alaska. He was a good role model, and when he ran a maverick campaign for governor way back in 1982, this inspired me to get into politics, so all young children in Alaska can live in freedom someday. So when our dear old Uncle Joe Vogler proposed that by using nuclear weapons to obliterate the glaciers, we could become rich enough to declare independence, and when he suggested blocking all the roadways to Juneau, we could starve out all those Democratic traitors and pro-American fellow travelers, I thought that made sense to me. With the full sponsorship and kind support with our many dear friends in the Islamic Republic of Iran, who understood the godliness of our holy cause. Our dear old Uncle Joe Vogler was scheduled to present his case for Alaskan secession before the United Nations in the late spring of 1993, but some dirty, pro-American scum gunned our old Uncle Joe Vogler down. My husband, the first dude, has always been a little bit of a secessionist and just naturally was drawn to various right-minded, right-wing groups in our nation of Alaska. Today, 90% of Alaskans could agree with me, the first dude, and our dear advisor, Mark Chryson. The first dude and I were drawn to the IP because the IP is very family-oriented. We're for the traditional family daddy, mommy, kids, because we all know that it was Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And we really get all bent out of shape by the fact that Heather has two mommies. That's not a traditional family. It is wrong to us, and it is wrong to all our friends in the IP. Like the IP, my goal is to limit the federal government to its delegated, enumerated, constitutional functions and to restore American jurisprudence to its original biblical common law foundations. See, the entire state knew my beliefs when I ran for office. I wasn't afraid of being on the news, on camera, speaking my views. Because my views are Alaska and Alaska's views are mine. I was so proud, and in 1995, my husband, the first dude, changed his voter registration to AIP. I framed it and put it over the fireplace, right next to my M16 attack rifle. Very sadly, Granddaddy McCain's spinmeisters will no longer let me to kibitz with all my dear secessionist friends. It really is so sad because I owe them so much, as they were so instrumental in my meteoric ascendancy here in the nation of Alaska. But I believe that we are poised to make America a colony of Alaska, in memory of our dear old Uncle Joe Vogler. And that is why I am running for president.